great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back to the Immigration Answers Show. My name is Jim Hacking. This is episode 951 of the Immigration Answers Show. I will be here for the next hour and a half or so. I might end a little early. We'll see how it goes. I'll skew towards ending a little early. But we should be here for over an hour, hour and a half, something like that. How is everybody doing? How has your short week been? Is everybody in America ready for Thanksgiving? I want to hear from everybody in the comments. Tell me something you're grateful for. Or if you're grateful, just write the word grateful. But tell me something you're grateful for. I'm grateful for all of you watching this show and making it as much fun and as successful as it is. I got my good friend Lady Baez here. Hello, Lady. Lady's taking care of everyone in the comments, and she's watching. Joey. Robert says, living large, living so large. I love it. Umaru's grateful. Health. 11 CNL says, grateful for my family, says Heather. Just keep the good gratitude vibes going on TikTok. Let us know what you're grateful for. It could be something big, something small. It can be something work related. It can be something family related. Let me know something that you're grateful for. Lady, put something you're grateful for in the comments, will you? Everybody put something you're grateful for in the comments. We're going to go ahead and get started since I'm on that tight schedule today. I'm going to go to Muhammad, AOS 105, and Bernie. Muhammad, hello. Oh, Muhammad's out of here. AOS 105, hello.
Yeah, hi. Good morning.
Good morning. What's something you're grateful for?
I'm grateful for this show. I was just going to say thank you.
Nice.
This is so helpful for so many of us.
Oh, sure. My pleasure.
Yeah. So my question is, I came here on April 17th on a visit visa, B1, B2. I've had this visa since 2019, but I came in this time and my plan was to stay for 3 months. But I met someone and then it went well, and then we decided to get married. So we were making the decision whether should I get married and go back, or should I go back and apply for a fiance visa. But we decided to get married on September 29th. That happened, and then we already had a attorney who was ready to file for us. I handed over my documents to her on October 4th, and she happened to send the documents into USCIS on October 17th. So she mailed it out on October 17th, but my date of exit was October 16th. So it was one day after my date of exit. I haven't heard from USCIS yet. My card hasn't been charged yet. And now I recently found out that those who applied after being out of status, they're being apprehended. So I haven't been charged on my card yet. We mailed USCIS recently, but we haven't heard back yet. Just want to know if this is a common situation and what are my options going forward?
Well, no, my brother, none of this is common. So we're in strange times. This policy that we're learning about of people getting taken into custody, as far as we know right now, has only happened in California. But I do think they're going to try and do it nationwide. I don't know. So you are still under you've only overstayed your visa now by like a month, right?
Right.
Are you asking me, Jim, should I withdraw that case or try to withdraw that case and consular process? Or are you asking me, like, what do you want to know?
So should I stay back and risk detention? Should I go back, and is there an option for me to go back and then come in the right way? I just want to know my options.
Well, you have rung a bell by demonstrating immigrant intent. So now that you're married to a U.S. citizen and have filed for adjustment of status based on that marriage, I think it's unlikely you're going to get back in the United States. I think the question you should be asking me is, Jim, do you think it's likely that I'm going to be taken into custody? And I don't know, because like I said, this has only been going on since Friday. And 2, should I go back home and consular process? And you might seriously think about that, since you only have a month of unlawful presence. That would all be forgiven. So I think there's a strong argument to be made if you don't want to get detained. I have to think that this detention plan is eventually going to be for everybody. I don't know that for sure.
Hmm.
It seems like that's something that they're going to try to put in place for the next year and a half or 2 years, 3 years, however long Trump's still here. So let's fast forward. Let's say that they had receipted your case and it was filed. We know it was receipted after the 6 months because the attorney sent it the day after, right?
Hmm.
So as we're sitting here now, I mean, I have meetings scheduled for later today. I have 2 clients that have interviews on Monday, and I don't know if they were both out of status at the time of filing. So I don't know if this new policy will kick in across the country on Monday. I just don't know, right? So in theory, I have to get these clients ready for what happens. And what a lot of people are saying is let them adjudicate the I-130 and then see if they're typing and sending secret messages to ICE, which is what the memo says for them to do. And then see what happens and see if they're going to be able to get their green cards or if USCIS is going to sit on the 485s. So if we were a year or if we were 6 months from now and this policy was sort of in effect, I think you'd be pretty worried about going to the interview, right?
Right.
And you wouldn't want to get taken into custody.
No, not at all.
And you wouldn't want to be detained even if it was for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So then I think you have to ask yourself, well, luckily, like a lot of the people who are in this sort of similar situation as you, if they've been here for more than 6 months out of status, then they have a 3-year bar on coming back. If they've been here more than a year, they have 10 years on bar on coming back. You don't have any of that right now. So I think there should be a serious discussion with you and your spouse as to whether or not, in order to avoid bigger troubles, making sure that you go back home now and then just consular process.
Okay. The other half of the question was my card hasn't been charged yet. It's the 6th week. Should I be
Okay.
worried about that?
I think
I
they're
have not got a receipt notice yet.
So remember, it was just like a month ago that they came up with this new policy that everybody had to use cards, right?
Yeah.
So whenever USCIS has a new policy where they're expecting things to be done differently and everybody does it at the same time, it's sort of like if everybody flushed the toilet at a stadium at the same time. Like they're not necessarily built for that. So I think should I be worried? No. Will it get processed? Probably. Do I know why it's happening? I think they're just overwhelmed and they don't know how to process credit cards properly.
Oh, okay. Yep. I think that's all I had to ask.
Well, so what are you going to do?
I have to discuss this with my spouse, obviously, and I didn't want to be in this situation because I actually discussed with my spouse, should I go back? And then they told us it's going to be 2 years, almost 2 years, if I go out. And then she didn't want to wait. I mean, like we decided we didn't want to wait for that long. But now I'm in this situation. I didn't want to be in this situation, but I am, because they told
Yeah.
me like it's very normal for people to come here and then get adjusted. Like all the people I spoke to said this is very normal. This is the normal procedure. So I didn't even think I was doing anything wrong. And now I'm in this situation where I don't know, what's going to happen.
So I'll just say one other thing. This doesn't really apply much in your case. The attorney only had your file for 2 weeks, right?
Right.
So you got to the attorney pretty late in the process of your 6 months. But I think for everybody paying attention, now you really see the difference, as this caller has made clear, the difference between filing, making sure you get your receipt notice before the 6 months are up versus not, right? So that's a big thing now. Okay?
Yeah.
Thanks for the call. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Bernie. Hello.
Hey, Jim. Thanks for picking it up for me today.
Sure.
Yeah, I get you an easy one, but it might be a little boring for you.
Okay.
It's my I-751 case that I submitted 25 months ago,
Okay.
and it's just not moving.
Okay.
So I know you said something about maybe an average take about 27 months or something like that.
It's not a science, but something over 2 years, a little bit over 2 years is the way I think of it in my mind.
Yeah. So, well, mine is a little bit over 2 years now, right?
Right.
But the thing is, I'm sure I'm gonna have an interview for sure, right? For this.
Okay.
So the interview, I will be very nervous to go just by myself. I feel like I definitely want to go with my lawyer, right?
Sure.
The thing is, my lawyer, she and they did my divorce and also this case together. It's been a long time. She actually wanted to run a district judge. So she is actually, for the first time, she's actually planning to close down her office in March next year.
Wait,
So
your immigration lawyer is becoming a federal judge?
not the federal, just district in my city.
Like a state judge?
Huh?
A state judge?
I'm not sure. Some sort of judge. Yeah, working in the city.
Okay. All right.
So that means, she won't. There's a chance that in March that will be only 3 months from now on. But if I feel like there's a chance my case might be even take longer than that.
Sure.
So, do you guys like if I just need a lawyer to go with me in that case?
Yeah, I mean, we'd want to what we'd want to do if you were talking about us helping, we'd want to review everything that was filed and assess whether or not we think it was a strong, because this is a 751 without a spouse, right?
Divorce, yes.
Yeah, waiver case. So we would want to review everything, say to ourselves, is this a 1 out of 10, a 10 out of 10? I think you called the other day, right?
Yes, I said 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I thought you said 12 out of 10, but yeah. So anyway, yeah, if you want us to take a look at it and see what it would take and then sort of take over and be ready for the interview, we could definitely do that if you want to email us.
So the lawyer will come with me then, right? If I do, let's just say like we do work with you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that would be my first. Well, when do you think I should be doing that? I mean, she's closing down in March.
March.
So
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say you're probably close to getting an interview, and so I would say about now. I mean, are you worried about like spending money and then she doesn't get to the bench right away? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I don't worry about spending money here for that, but I worry about that the interview notice may came in really close to
Yeah. So that's
March.
if I were you, I would have a new lawyer set up by the end of
Yeah.
the year. Set up by the end of the year so that when
Okay.
hopefully you'll get a notice, we'll get a notice, or your new lawyers will get a notice that way, right?
Yeah. Do you have a idea how much this will cost?
Depends on the file.
Okay.
But probably $4,000 with the interview.
Okay. Well, so and another question is because you keep saying like suing the government if this is taking so long, but I'm wondering if I'm gonna sue them, I'll definitely work with you guys, right? But just
when can you apply for citizenship?
okay. So I got my green card 2022 January, right? So is that 5 years or 3 years in this case?
It's 5. You're 5 because you're divorced. So you can apply like next November. I probably wouldn't sue them. I would just, if it's still pending, I mean, maybe if you want to sue them, we can, if you don't want to get your naturalization. But if you're thinking you're going to naturalize, I would probably just wait until next November, in November of 26 or October, when you're eligible to apply for citizenship. And that would be the thing that pushes it along.
Well, I mean, by the time if I don't haven't even heard anything from my 75, that would be like 3 years, 36 months.
Yeah. Whatever you're the boss. Whatever you want to do is fine with us. We're up for anything. We're up for taking over the 751. We're up for helping you with your new N400. We're up with.
Yeah. I do want to help for the naturalization for sure, but it's just that the suing them like seems like from what you're saying is it's not like I have to do that. I make it more complicated. Say the case.
I don't think suing makes things complicated. I think suing makes things simpler, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, because when you sue them, it makes things very crystal clear and everybody gets moving. It doesn't make things complicated.
Okay. Well, I'm not out of status right now, right? My green card got extended for 4 years, and it's only 1 year in. So I feel like, I mean, I could also wait. If it's just gonna take that long.
All right. Well, let us know what you want to do. Thanks for the call, Bernie.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Had some good news here. Oh, somebody left me a really rude comment on yesterday's show. By the way, how's the audio today? Is the audio better? Let me know. I know people were upset with the choppiness yesterday. I hope it's better. The whole recording, all of our recordings are bad. I don't know why it happened. Here's the good news. Zia says, I just became a citizen yesterday. Thank you, Jim, for your help. I have been your follower since 2020. Lady, let's add Zia to the list of our 10,000 naturalization people. Please let Huli know that we want to add Zia to that list. Everyone's giving Zia congratulations. That's fun. Here's the quote of the day. Everyone thinks they're 10 out of 10 on evidence. That's true. Everyone thinks, you guys know it just from listening to the show. Everybody knows, oh yeah, this is a simple case. All right. Let's go to BL. Hello.
Hi, Jim. I just learned about you this week, so this is my first time on the show.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
How did you get out about it?
I was looking online about RFEs, and so we have it. We filed in October. I filed the I-130 separately online, and then found out that was a bad idea. But then we mailed the 485 concurrent packet with the or 465 and 785. Anyhow, all the numbers. So the AOS and the EAD application, we've received. I've received electronic notification of receipt for the I-130, but not the physical receipts.
Okay.
But the main concern is that after submitting the 485, 465, whatever the number is, AOS.
Yep. You got it.
Yeah. Sorry, there's so many numbers to jumble up.
You're doing great.
That they sent us an RFE because the tax return that was submitted includes income from my husband as a self-employed. He's been in country since 2014, and we got married in September of last year.
Yeah.
But he has been filing tax returns, and the tax return that was submitted shows that he had, I don't know, maybe $4,000 worth of income, but only about 600 of it is what was necessary to meet the 125%.
So without him, you're short.
Right, but I believe that I should be able to include assets. So my question is the tax return that was sent in, he signed it and I forgot to sign it. So I don't know if that's the big fly that the RFE is looking at. No.
It's that your income is too close. When they send you I have videos on this, and that's probably the one that you found. When you have an RFE on an affidavit of support, it generally means that the person doesn't make enough, even if they don't tell you that. So I'm going to tell you what I tell everyone on the show, which is co-sponsor.
Not assets?
Co-sponsor.
Okay.
If you want him to get his green card quickly and don't want to mess around, co-sponsor. If you want peace of mind, co-sponsor. If you want to win your case, co-sponsor.
Wow.
Getting them to analyze assets is like asking, I don't know, Stephen Miller to be nice. It doesn't work. So you can bang your head on the wall for the next 9 months trying to get them to include your assets, but your life will be a whole lot simpler if you find a co-sponsor.
Okay, because there's $90,000 in a 401 that's been sitting there for 13 years.
Nope.
Doesn't matter.
Nope.
Okay. So they're also asking for proof of authorization, and it wasn't. It was unauthorized employment. Do we even respond to that portion? of the RFE since
That's interesting. So you're telling me that you received an RFE that included two things: affidavit of support stuff, and they
it's
asked.
all included. It's included because of the 864. It's asking for proof of employment authorization since that was on the tax return.
Interesting. That's interesting. I've never seen that before.
I can send it to you.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. Co-sponsor should fix all that.
Co-sponsorships fix all that. Oh my god! And if my income was to show that it was actually incorrect, that I possibly made more.
Okay, so now I'll say a couple things. Number one,
Yeah, I know. I'm being very careful.
You're fine. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so number one, sounds like you don't want to get a co-sponsor.
I don't know that I have one. It's the problem.
Yeah. So now the question is, Jim, if I submitted a tax return to USCIS and they flagged it and said I need a co-sponsor, and then I turn around and send them an amended tax return, will that solve my problem? And I would say 100% no, it won't, and it'll probably cause you other kinds of problems that you're thinking.
I was concerned about. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that once that bell has rung that they got their teeth dug into your affidavit of support, you got to get a co-sponsor.
Okay. And remind me again the minimums for a co-sponsor or the recommendations.
The way I think about it in my brain is 27.5 for a single individual for each of the last 3 years, and then for each other person in their family add 5,500. Now I haven't looked at all that stuff in a while. One of the great things about owning a law firm and just being a YouTube lawyer is you don't have to fill out affidavits of support. But generally in my mind, what I really think is 30,000 plus 6,000.
Okay. Alrighty.
All right.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate
Thanks for the call. All right, that was BL. We're getting on to affidavit support questions, which I generally don't like to do. Uncle Jim, what if your tax income is less by $1,200? Can you use the funds in the bank account? That's what we just talked about. Same thing. No, they won't consider it. All right. I got Black Mamba in the house.
What's going on, Big Jim? Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. That's great because I listened to a great YouTube video with Kobe Bryant yesterday.
I know.
What's up?
Yeah, not too much. First of all, I want to say thank you for all you do.
Of course.
I'm one of those people who was benefited a lot from your videos. I just want to give you an update. So before I came to start watching your video, myself, I got married. My wife, she's foreign. And then I contacted a lawyer and he gave me bad advice.
Uh-oh.
And that's how I stumbled to your video anyways.
Okay.
But long story short, so she finally got a green card, 10 years.
Well, that's great news. I'm very happy to hear that. What was the bad advice?
So the bad advice was, you guys can file for the green card, but you don't have to do it while she's overseas. And you bring her here to the US. And then I was like, okay, but you can't tell them that you have immigrant intent. And that she almost got sent back. The only reason why she wasn't sent back was because I'm military. I told them, they found out. And the guy that was talking to me, he knows about the military life, and that was it. They would have given her like a 10-year bar right there on the spot.
Yeah.
But that
now she's got a green card. Did she have an interview?
Yes, in Canada. All this took so I'll give a timeline. It took about 2 years, just like you said. When I was actually was like, no, don't worry, it's gonna take 2 years. Just started. So we got married in 2023, August. Couple of days after that, she went back to Canada. We filed the I-130. Took over a year to get I-130 approved in 24. Then we had a baby in 24. Got that approved. Waiting on NVC, back and forth trying to get documents with NVC, and then finally she went for the interview. And this is the funny thing too, Jim. I've never heard of this before. So she went for the interview in Montreal on Monday. less than 5 minutes, she was approved. That same Monday, the visa was shipped to the house.
Awesome.
Before we got to the house on Tuesday, the visa was already there.
Nice. I think maybe the military might have helped with that too. Generally, Montreal's pretty slow, but maybe they're working better. I don't know. That's great news. Thanks for the call.
So yeah, thank you very much for everything you do. You guys listen to what he says. He knows his job. He's been doing this for so many years. I didn't hire a lawyer. I was about to. I was this close to when I went to Canada, and I was like, okay, we're almost done. And you told me to just take my time, write it out, and So if you guys need assistance, Jim is the man. Hire him if you have to. Watch his video if you have to listen to advice. And I wish everybody success. And happy Thanksgiving.
Awesome. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you later.
All right.
Great call. All right. Black Mama knows what's what. Very happy to hear that she's. Well, hold on a second. Is she? Hey, Black Mama. Oh, he's gone. I was just going to ask if she's here or when she's coming. So that's good news. All right. I got Mohammed T 751 Solo and Juke. Mohammed, hello.
Hi. Hi, Jim. Thank you for taking me on. My name is Muhammad Khan. I'm in Qatar, and this is going to be my second time on your show.
Okay.
First, I'm grateful to God for being healthy, as you mentioned, what you're grateful for today.
Yeah.
And I really, really appreciate what you do, Jim, for all of us who are confused and lost in this immigration cases and stuff. For the first time I came on your show in 2022, I asked about my B1, B2 visa, which was under immigration, administration processing. And you told me I cannot sue them. And that's the case till now. But today I am here for a very serious and concerning situation, Jim. So last year, my wife left Pakistan with my children without my consent and traveled to the US knowing that I don't have the visa. She has moved them through at least like 4 different schools since, in one academic year. First it was Pakistan, then Qatar, then she was in New Jersey, and the last I found her was in Philadelphia. So all of this was going on, and I lost the contact with them. So then somebody told me to file a Hague Convention case in the U.S. federal court. That's what I did.
So I understand. So you're in some kind of fight with the mother of your children. Is that sort of what you're saying?
She is living with somebody in U.S. who I don't know till now. And like she disappeared all of a sudden.
So wait, so you have a spouse? Are you divorced or you have a spouse?
No.
So you have a spouse?
Yeah, currently legally, but it's been like 14 months. I don't know where she is. The last time I located them in Philadelphia, and she came in court and she put, all sort of lies and fabricated, stuff on me, none of which she could prove in the court. So in the Hague Convention case, the Judge Murphy dismissed the petition only on technical grounds because of habitual residence.
Okay, so what's the question for me?
So, Jim, I want to locate my kids in US. I'm the legal father. I have all the proofs, and I don't know what to do. Honestly, I cannot come to US because of my B1, B2 visa. And she has taken advantage of this, and she's living with an unknown man since 6 months in Philadelphia. That's what she said in the court. And my kids are minors, so my son is like 9, my daughter is 5.
And they're US citizens? Are they US citizens?
They are US citizens, but my wife has admitted a document in the court that she applied for asylum in April.
So she's not a U.S. citizen.
No, she came on B1, B2 visa, and she is not going to going for the interviews. There was an interview in August. She didn't go there, and now she has requested to reschedule it. But she
how do you
didn't
know that?
receive.
How do you know that?
She submitted the documents in court, and there was one document which says the case number. So I see
So,
that on the
that's what I wanted to check. So you are on the side checking her asylum case, right?
yeah, there is
hold on, without her permission, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't help you. I'll tell you real quickly. You need to hire probably a family law attorney in Philadelphia to help you. This is not something that I would help with, and I'm certainly not going to talk about someone's asylum case or anything else. I wish you the best of luck. It sounds like a very sad situation. You need a divorce.
No, I have nothing to do with her asylum case.
I'm not talking to you anymore. I don't want to be part of this. I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm sorry.
But Jim, I lost my kids.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. But when you start talking about spying on someone else's immigration case, I'm out.
But that's no. How I'm spying? It's a public information. She's submitted in the
case
court.
Number and ran it through the USCIS case locator to figure out what's going on. I can't help you. I will not do that. I'm sorry.
Okay, I understand, Jim. I understand. What you told me to hire? Which lawyer?
A family lawyer, like a divorce attorney. Like you need someone or a private investigator. Those are the two things. But immigration wise, there's nothing really here. I don't think you're getting a visit visa. And anything having to do with her asylum case, I don't know.
No, I'm not discussing asylum case. How can I, for example, I don't know in which city you are, but in which city should I find a family lawyer? Because I don't know where they are now.
Well, it seems like the last clue you have is Philadelphia, right?
Yeah, but I called the school and they said they are not coming to school since 3 months now.
So you need to hire a private investigator in Philadelphia to find her. And then you need to have a family law attorney figure out what you're going to do. I mean, this is really, really, really far outside immigration, which is a whole other reason why I can't really talk about it because I just don't know. This is like international, like you said, Hague adoptions or Hague Convention stuff. You need a lawyer. There's probably a lawyer in America who specializes in this kind of stuff. You either need them or you need to hire a private investigator, have the private investigator try to find them, and then go find a lawyer in that area to try to see what you can do.
Okay, one last question. Are there any website for genuine private investigators, not the scammers?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question.
Because there are websites for lawyers, I know, and that's how I found you through your videos. And but I don't know.
I might try Reddit.
The Hague Convention case, I did not apply for the appeal because we did live in Qatar, and she moved for two months on vacation to Pakistan, and then she disappeared from there.
Okay, so I don't know the best way to find a private investigator. I think maybe what I would do is I would call one or two family attorneys, and I would think the case, from the private investigator standpoint, that the case starts in Philadelphia. So I would probably hire a private investigator in Philadelphia, and what I would do is I would talk to a family lawyer and just call the office and say, "Hey, I need help. Do you know someone?" Yeah, that's a good point. Private investigators are licensed with the state, so you could start there. Every state, they have to have a license. So if you think she went somewhere other than Pennsylvania, start there. Otherwise, I'd start in Pennsylvania, look on the Pennsylvania website for private investigators, and then I would cross-reference that list with private investigators and Google reviews and see what you come up with.
Understood. Thank you.
Good
you
luck.
so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah. A lot of people were saying she might not want to be found by him. Yeah, I think that's true. All right. T, hello. T, you're on mute. Hello, T.
Yeah, Jim. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you. What are you grateful for?
You've been always helpful in in our way. We contacted you some time ago regarding my marriage-based green card when I told you I was wrongly terminated from F1 visa. I got my case approved. Both the one I-485 and the I-130 approved the same day.
Great.
It was a separate interview. I mean, so we followed all. I mean, myself and my wife, we always listen to you and we always follow your instructions. And you've been very, very helpful to us. So that said, my case was approved on the 7th of last month. I haven't received the card. So after 30 days, I contacted them. They said production failed. And just 9 a.m. today, I just received a recall. I mean, an update that my card has been recalled. And I don't really know what that means. My search from online says that it could be like a wrong date, wrong name, spelling mistakes like that. But
Yeah.
it was categorically stated that will not affect the approval, but just wait for this notice to be given, then there will be instruction on what to do. So this I called to say thank you first, and also what this means.
Yeah, I wouldn't be worried about it too much. Caroline, I don't know. Have we seen many recall notices on your green card's been recalled? No, I mean that's a pretty rare thing. I wouldn't worry about it. It sounds like just a procedural thing. I mean, it's a little upsetting that they've taken almost 2 months now to get you your green card, and you still don't have it. So that's sort of a problem. But I think you're just waiting a little bit longer.
Okay. You don't think because myself and my wife were thinking if we can contact you to see them, I'll take you as our lawyer or something like that. But if you say I can wait a longer,
Where do you live?
I live in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh? Yeah. I might. I mean, do you have a work card?
Yeah, I do. I currently work.
And that was just an electronic alert today that
Yes, I just got that today.
yeah, I would wait to see what you get in the mail and then give it a week or two, then call me back.
Okay, Jim.
All right. Bye, T.
Thank you.
See you, bud. All right. I'm going to go to 751 Solo, then Juke, then CJ. 751 Solo, hello.
Hi, Uncle Jim. How are you?
Oh, good. How you doing, buddy?
Good. So I am officially a client of yours now.
Which means we shouldn't be talking on this show.
I understand that, and I'm not going to disclose anything out of respect for the firm. Absolutely.
All right, what's up?
No, I just wanted to let you know the experience. I have a call with my paralegal in about an hour. So far, everything has been good. Been uploading evidence, and obviously I have a lot of questions, but we're not going to talk about it here. But I just wanted to share that update. It's been a smooth onboarding, and my paralegal is really nice. So I'm so far very, very, very happy.
Awesome. Who's your paralegal?
Raphael.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah, he's really sweet. He's such a nice guy. So I'm going to speak to him in an hour. And I guess the only one question I think is fair to ask is if I wanted to speak with you, how would I go about that?
It's going to be tough just because my schedule's nuts. But just tell Raphael that Jim said that you and I could have a 15-minute call.
Oh, I can. Okay, I'll bring that up during my call with him in an hour. That's fine. Yeah, I won't take up more of your.
It'll probably be late next week, and then I'm out of town the week after that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I won't take up more of your time. I know you have the show going, but I just wanted to share this update.
I'm glad. Thanks for calling.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Bye. All right, let's go to Juke. Hello, Juke.
Hey, Mr. Jim, how are you?
I'm good, Juke. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you. What are you grateful for?
Man, good for life.
Nice. I like it. What can I help you with?
So, quick story. I filed for my fiance. So let me just go back a little bit. I brought my wife here. I got married. I brought my wife here in 2023. But before she comes, some kind of situation that was going on. We got divorced. Last year, yeah, we got divorced, but we got married in overseas. So we got married in Africa. That's where originally we came from. But I'm a citizen, so when she came here, things didn't work right. So 2023, she got here, and we got divorced I don't know. She came in 2022, so we got divorced on 2022. She because the things didn't work right, she filed for divorce back home, where we got married. So I got a representative that represent me. So we do the divorce, everything. So I found somebody that I love as well. So I filed when I went back home. So I filed for her as a fiancé. So when I filed for her, so I used the foreign divorce people to file. So USCIS respond to me last month. They said I have to prove the domicile for that country. I have to prove the address. Oh, since she's the one that requests for the divorce. She hasn't been back home since she requested for the divorce. So we have to prove her address, some kind of thing like that. So what I end up doing, I thought like I don't have all those information. So I filed for divorce here. So I already filed for the divorce. We're gonna finalize the divorce on December 9 of this month. So I'm asking if I can use that divorce paper just to close everything and submit it to them, or I don't have to, because they say if I don't submit those information by December 19th, they're gonna close the case. So I'm gonna do my divorce. We're gonna finalize our divorce here on the 9th. I want to ask if I can submit the information, or I have to let it go. Then I submit a fresh one, new one. That's my question.
So what you're telling me is you filed an I-129F fiance petition while you were still legally married to your first wife?
No, well, pretty much we divorced her overseas. We did a divorce in overseas. She requested for divorce in overseas. So I got representative that represent me back home, and she has somebody that represents her back home while we were here. So when they finalize the divorce, they send the divorce certificates to us here. So that's what I used to file for my fiance.
But I thought it's not final. Is it fine? Is the divorce back home final or not?
It's final.
Then what are they asking? Then what's happening on December 19th? I'm confused.
So what happened is I submit the paper to USCIS. So they send me a letter. They're not going to accept the foreign divorce because we're not domicile. Both of us are not domicile there.
Domiciled there? You're not domiciled there, you mean?
Yeah, domicile. I'm sorry.
It's okay. That was confused. Okay, so in other words, okay, so we have a bunch of other things I want to talk about, and then we'll come back to this. Okay.
Yeah.
Were you born, Juke, in the United States, or were you born somewhere else?
I was born in Sierra Leone, back home.
And how did you get your green card?
Oh, I came out as a DV. I want a DV.
DV. Okay, perfect. And so the first person that you married that you tried to divorce back home, did they ever get a green card?
Yes, she has a green card. She has a 10-year green card.
Based on her marriage to you? Based on her, she got it through her marriage to you, right? Is that right?
Hello? You're breaking out a little bit.
Can you hear me?
You're breaking out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So the green card that your first wife has is based on, she got it through her marriage to you, not any other way, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And so she's living here in America, and she has a 10-year green card, as you said. And then even though the two of you are here in the United States, for some screwball, dumb, really bad idea, you got divorced back home and not in the United States.
Yes, that's true. Yep.
So I would say yes. I would withdraw my I-129F. I would get divorced here in the United States, and then I would file a new I-129F. Or what I would really do if I were you. Well, first of all, how much time have you spent with this person that is your current fiance? Like how many days on Earth? How many days total have you two been in the same city?
The one that I'm married, the one that I'm married to, or the one I filed the fiancé for?
The new one.
She's not here. She's not overseas.
Oh, I know, but I assume you went over and met her.
Yeah. I went there.
So how much total time have you spent with her? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, I spent I know her previously before I got married. Then when I went there, I spent almost a month with her.
Okay. So this is what I would do if I were you. Are you ready?
Yes.
I would file for divorce from wife number one, and I would do that divorce in America.
I already did that. So we got to finalize the divorce on the 9th of December. I already did that.
I gotcha. Okay. So today I would withdraw my I-129F.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'd go back over after December 9th and say, hey, baby, I'm sorry that I screwed this all up. I wish I'd hired Jim at the beginning. I really made some bad mistakes, but I want to make it all right. And in order to put us in the best position possible,
Yeah.
I want to get married and file a spouse case, not a fiance case. That's what I would do.
Okay. So one last question. So because they said if I don't respond to them by
Yeah,
December
withdraw.
19th,
Respond to it and withdraw it.
okay. So one last question because they say if I don't respond to them from now to December 19th, they're gonna kill it. They're gonna say they're gonna decline it and reject it. So if I don't respond to that at all, or do you want me to respond to them, or just say let me just call them and withdraw, or let me just let it go? Then I find another one. You think so?
Just letting it go is the worst thing possible because then they're going to be all confused when you show back up. So that's for everybody listening. Don't ever leave stuff hanging out there. What I would do is I would take that RFE response and I'd have a cover letter and say, attached is my receipt notice and my request for evidence. I want you to know that I have decided to go marry my wife and I'm withdrawing this case. And I wish to withdraw it and I won't be responding to the RFE. And then let them close out the case while you go over and get married, and then you come back and refile.
Okay. All right. I'll do it that way. Thank you, man. I'll contact you.
Yeah.
Contact you.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Right.
Okay. Bye, buddy. All right. There seems to be some kind of a discussion about whether this city is safe from what's happening in San Diego and that city is safe, what's happening in San Francisco, San Diego. Nobody can predict which cities they pick, whether it's going to go nationwide. The fact that a local government, i.e. the local government in New York City says, we're going to be a sanctuary city, has no bearing whatsoever on whether ICE engages in extra enforcement in that city, as evidenced by the fact that ICE has been parked in Chicago for the last 4 or 5 months, right? So if this policy is being followed now of trying to take beneficiaries into custody at green card interviews in San Diego and San Francisco, you can't feel any safer just because you are in a quote unquote sanctuary city. All right. That's just all about state stuff and whether state and local law enforcement interact with ICE in a way that helps ICE. I-130 approved. Hello. You're on mute. I-130 approved. Hello. You're on mute. All right. We'll come back. Sam, hello.
Hello, Jim. Thank you for giving me a chance to speak.
Sure.
I have spoken to you early. I am talking about lots of people on my behalf. We were facing the service termination issue, and I applied for my OPT EAD. It's been more than 6.5 months, and they haven't responded. I got a RFE 2.5 months back. I submitted the RFE. I mailed them, but
What was the RFE for?
they were asking for the biometric, and also for the court disposition letter that your case has been dismissed.
And the case was what?
It was a retail theft case, but it got dismissed.
Okay.
And I submitted the RFE 2.5 months back, but there is no update on the portal that they received the RFE, they received the document, and it's been 6.5 months. I submitted a congressman inquiry. They emailed them, so they also 2 weeks back, but no update from them as well.
And
So
you said at the beginning of the call that you were one of the people whose CVIS records got terminated during the bullshit in March.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
Chicago.
Yeah. Do you want to press the issue and see what happens?
Yeah, say that I can.
Yeah, we should sue them.
He can sue them.
Hmm.
Okay, so like it's gonna be suing them individually, or like could we do like there are, I would say, multiple students. Like I know three, four of them. They're in the same page.
All in Chicago?
Uh, they like they one of my friend graduated from Chicago, but he moved to a different state. But yeah, he basically from Chicago,
Okay.
and yeah,
Yeah.
they,
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do them all together. I'll save you guys some money.
okay, okay. So I when I talked to you before, like I would say a month back, you were telling me that I have a different way we can do them without suing them.
Yeah, but that's true. But Chicago, the U.S. Attorney's Office in Chicago right now is crazy busy. I can't get anyone to pay attention because they're dealing every day with stupid shit that ICE does, and so those threatening letters and things don't work. The only thing that works now is suing them. Does that make
Okay.
the,
Yeah.
the other thing that I was proposing was that we send them a letter and say, hey, this lawsuit's coming, but they don't pay attention to those emails anymore because they have too many actual cases on file to deal with.
Okay, that sounds good. And if, like, for example, if we sue them now, what will happen in the if I apply for my STEM OPT case? Like, would they do that again? And do we need to sue them again in that case? Or like they would keep in mind, yeah, that this candidate sued me in the past, so I should not do in the STEM OPT case as well.
Those are two different questions. The first one is, will I have to do it again? I would say maybe. We don't know. We can't control what they do. I don't know. Hopefully they'll learn their lesson if we sue them. Number two is, will they flag your case because you had the nerve to sue them? And the answer to that question is no. As far as I know, I've sued them 2,000 times, and I've never felt like or had any indication that they treated my clients unfairly for having sued them now or in the past. So that part I wouldn't worry about.
Okay, that sounds good. And last question, how much would it cost, like if I sue them individually or also if I sue them if with two, three more people?
I would usually I would charge $5,000, but if you had like four people, I'd probably charge 2,500 a piece or something.
Okay, that sounds good. Cool, Jim. Thank you. I'm gonna reach out.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah. Huli, send me Sam's info, will you? I mean, lady, send me Sam's info, will you? Thank you. K1 Visa in the house.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Yeah, I've been enjoying your show for quite some time. I've watched your show every single time. It's a podcast. You're at work every single time.
Nice.
And I learn a lot from it. But yeah, my case is very complex. I called about a month ago, a long time ago, about 4 months ago since I called.
Yeah.
I came as a K1 fiance visa. I came out with my daughter on a K2. And then we admitted to this country, and then I get married to my fiance within 90 days. We have a valid marriage, and the relationship was good. And then after about 1 year into the marriage, things start falling apart a little bit. Things got going sour, and I told you before the interview came, when they called me for the interview, that was June last year. June this year, I went for my interview, but my wife did not come with me at the interview. My wife did not go to the interview with me, and I called you last time with the show. I was trying to ask you so that you can go with me, but he said when I called back to the show, they said somebody speak to me that it's 2 weeks early. We are not prepared enough. I tried to contact so many lawyers at that time. I don't have, so I decided to go on my own on the K1 fiancé. I was expecting a worst situation by that time, but when I go to the interview, what I expected was not the same, because so once I enter the room for the interview, even the officer he called me into the room. He said, "Oh," he called both of us because my name was changed. He said it was a surprise when he see me alone. He said, "What happened?" So he take me to the room. They don't even understand what to do. The officer just said, "Okay, wait outside for 4 minutes," and then I went outside, and then he talked to the supervisor, and they called me back in. And the interview was conducted. The officer told me, "Okay, now we're going to conduct the interview with you. You're going to swear and everything like that." So the interview was proceed. So they interviewed me. The officer asked me so many questions. I have a lot of relationship evidence. Everything I bring to the interview was solid. And because I told you before when I called in the show about 5 minutes ago, I said I have 110% of my relationship is valid, and I have no doubt about that. And that's why I don't, I try to follow the law and do everything. But it doesn't, my marriage doesn't work out. I don't like the way it end up like that, but I have nothing to do. So the interview went well, according to my understanding. But like you said, it can go well for you, but it depends to the interview. You can see your interview went well, but it depends to the people that does the interview. So you can think your interview went well, but it's a different thing. So in my opinion, at that point, I think it went well. Everything was good, and the interview asked me all the question. He even asked me for the medical. He said, "What's your medical? Why is your medical?" I said, "They took you at the airport." Then I bring the copy of the medical. When I went to, I say, "I have a copy." He said, "Okay, thank you so much. This is what I was looking for." So everything went well. He said to me, "If I found your relationship valid, I'll make my decision." So he said to me, he said, once I have everything, I'll make my decision. Um, from then I went home, and when I came home now, my wife, started having problem again. When I came, my wife asked me what did I say to the interview and everything like that. So he tried to question me even more because we live in the same house when I went to the interview. It just doesn't go that time because of temper. I don't want to postpone the interview, so I go on my own. So from that thing now, abuse come around, my wife spit at me, he punched me, he called police. So I managed to move from the house with my kid. So from that, I never heard from the USCIS. It's been 5 months in June. I never heard anything from them. So my case has been just pending under review. With the officer told me he's going to make a decision as soon as everything was right. So I don't know what are they waiting for. And I've given them all my evidence. We have a bank statement together. We have solid. Everything is solid. And I have my child on a K2 visa as well. So I've been waiting along. I know the last time somebody called out the same type of case that you handled. I don't know. Somebody come 9 years ago. I listened to the show. I've been trying to find somebody have similar case like me in this show, but it's difficult to find somebody have similar case like me.
It's pretty rare.
Yeah, it's very rare to have this kind of situation. So it's very difficult. The only one time I hear somebody call here in this show that have the similar ones was 9 years ago. But the only difference is this person is the wife the guy want to help him. For me now, my wife is don't want to help at all. He don't want to be like anything helping. That's the difference between me and that person. The wife said, "Okay, I can help you," but for my wife now, she don't want to be like part of it and everything like that. So that's my only difference, without a guy that said. But the only problem, he came 9 years, he never filed. For me, I filed within my 1 year of marriage. I filed 5 months after I get married. And then I went to the interview, and the interview went well, as I said. He asked me all the IL-45 questions, and I've working since I'm here. I have a work permit. I've been working since then. I've taken care of my child. So it's been pending. So I don't know what to do. Like I said, you can't sue them because somebody tell me it's a discretion thing, even though the law says that, if you came here, if you have a bona fide relationship within 90 days, and you marry your fiance within 90 days, you should be able to adjust status. They find the relationship valid. So I don't know what the problem is.
Well, first of all, let me say that I have a tremendous amount of respect for you because you are very educated about this whole process, and you've set off everything exactly the way I would have asked you. So thank you for that. I think that you are very engaged in this, and I'm proud of you for that. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I would say that everything you said is generally true. That I agree with the idea that this is an approvable case. If you come and get married on an I-129F and file for your green card, even if the marriage gets shaky or falls apart, technically, it's still an approvable I-45, right?
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I know that's true. Another thing that I know that's true is this guy's probably sitting on the case because he feels if he pushes it, his supervisors are going to tell him to deny it somehow. Right? So
yeah.
I think more likely than not, this case is going to get denied. So that's the reason I wouldn't sue, not because they have discretion, but because, do you have a work card right now?
Yeah, I did.
I think you're just chilling. I would do nothing to remind them that I'm here. I think at the end of the day, the chances of you actually getting the green card based on what you told me with your spouse refusing to help is 20%.
Okay.
Even though USC, during Biden, I would have said it's 45%. Now I say it's 20%. But even under Biden, it's still a tough case. Like what you just laid out, I've never had a case like that got approved. I haven't had a case like that at all, to tell you the truth. I have not had a case where guy comes on an I-129F or a lady comes on an I-129F, then the fiance stops playing ball, or the spouse, and they say, I don't want to help anymore. That's very unusual. But then to say that you're still living together, that's also very unusual. Did the officer say, why do you guys still live together if your spouse wouldn't come to the interview? Because that's what I would have asked.
Yeah, I mean, she asked me, then I told her that things get really bad and the abuse, everything comes in. I explained to her the abuse and everything. He spit at me, punched my face, and I have police record for that and everything like that. So she get called that. She said, okay, no problem. She take everything together. She take all my documents. She asked me for my medical. She do everything. So she said to me, I'm gonna make a decision as soon as possible. But from then,
You know that doesn't mean anything.
yeah, it doesn't mean anything. But then when I come out of the interview, I realized the reason why the officer was asking me about the relationship when I'm in the States, because when I look at the law of the Congress, according to USCIS law, if you only found your relationship is bona fide, which is cause is bona fide, and then under the 245A of the Immigration Act,
See, my man's reading his stuff. He's looking up laws and shit, and that's exactly right. I think that's exactly I love everything you're doing. You're doing everything right.
Yeah, because I've been reading this stuff. I've never read this stuff before. As soon as I come from the interview, because I was getting worse situation when I was going to the interview. I was getting worse. When I come back, I've read everything. The reason why I think they must have a reason to deny me though. When you deny somebody, must have a reason for that. And the reason is that they can deny me as soon as possible if they want to, but they must have a reason. The reason they either find me not guilty of my relationship.
Hold on. I agree with you. Again, I agree with you. And it's very easy for USCIS to come up with a way to deny you. Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
They figure out when you're at work, then they knock on your door and get your wife to shit all over you. That's how they do it.
Yeah, I know I mean they can find that way, but they're gonna say either the wife said either he said he paid somebody, but when they find out that even on the marriage certificate, my wife's dad is the one that put us together. It was a pastor that married us together. He asked me at the interview, where do you guys? He said, where do you guys? I called the person that wed us. He asked me about the house, he asked me about the kids to school, he asked me about everything about the house. How do we live in there? How many people live in the house? This year I've done all this checking to make sure I'm saying the truth. And if they have done that for 5 months, they cannot come up with anything. I'm surprised though why they take it so long. If they want to deny, they go ahead and deny.
Be happy.
No, I'm happy though. I'm happy, but I'm really worried when you're in this country. You don't have something.
Well, if they deny it, call me and we'll fight it. I think this would be one worth fighting. It's an interesting legal issue. It sounds like the officer had some sympathy for you.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah.
But here's the $1 million question.
Yeah.
Why are you still living with this person?
No, I've moved out already. I moved out. I've changed my.
Oh, right, you said that. Did you?
The officer asked me the reason why I'm still living the house after the incident. I told him because of my kids was going to school at that time. I cannot move out because you have affected the education. So as soon as school closed last year, then I moved out completely. I've moved out.
Have you updated your address with the AR11?
Immediately within 5 days when I moved out.
You're doing everything right, brother. Keep me posted. Let me know whatever decision you get. Let me know, okay?
Yeah, that's why I want to put here a lot, because I want to really hire you, but because I don't get any decision at the moment, I don't know what you're gonna do to tackle this case at the moment. So I just say, let me see what you're gonna do, or I wait for them to make decision, because I also have a VAWA case with my wife spit on me. I have a police record for that as well, why he punched me as well.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens.
Okay, sir.
All right, brother. See ya.
Yeah.
I like that call. That guy had lots of good things going. Very curious. Very curious. Camilla, hello. Hello, Camilla. Looks like you came off mute, but we can't hear you. Must be some kind of a device issue or something. Let's see. What does this say? This show is a gold mine for an immigration lawyer for the craziest cases. Well, there's a lot of interesting cases. Camilla, you there? All right, we'll try to come back. I'm going to cut the show short in about 8 minutes. I got things to do, people. And then tomorrow, no show for Thanksgiving. We'll be back on Friday at some point. Probably, what time do I have it slotted for? 3 o'clock on Friday, Central Time is what it's looking like. Although that's Yusuf's birthday, so we'll see. So my second son, Yusuf, will turn 2005. He'll turn 22 on Friday. All right. Ashley, hello.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so my husband, he's from Haiti and he came under the Humanitarian Parole Program,
Yep.
and but he changed his status to TPS last year.
Okay.
So once we got married in July, we submitted his applications, and we had an interview last week Thursday.
Oh, tell me about that.
So the interview went really well, but the officer said that we had to um, wait for, I guess, all the people who came under the humanitarian parole program have to have a hold. So he said he believes we're in a bona fide marriage, but he can't approve our application until they're done vetting and doing whatever, I guess, background they need to do.
And that's total bullshit, right?
I had a feeling, but I wasn't sure.
I mean, when I say total bullshit, what I mean is that's true that they say that, but what I also mean is it's illegal.
Okay.
When did you file?
We filed in August.
Where do you live?
We live in Florida.
Okay. All right. So that's interesting. I'm glad at least you had an honest officer. A lot of officers are saying, "Oh, everything looks good. You'll hear from me real soon." And then they approve the I-130 and they sit on the 45. Did they approve the I-130?
Not yet. Nothing updated in the system.
Okay. What can I help with, or what's your question?
So I just want to know, what should we do? Like, do we need to get a lawyer to kind of fight this, or is there an appeal?
Well, there's nothing to appeal because there's no final decision.
Okay.
And the reason I asked when did you file is because we can't do anything to challenge it until at least a year's gone by from the date of filing. So hopefully it won't take that long. But I think that this issue, so they're taking the position that Biden abuses authority in granting whole countries parole, and that you're supposed to do it on a one-by-one basis. And so therefore they don't think he has a valid entry. And so therefore they can't properly vet people. And so therefore they're not going to decide green card cases. I think that's illegal. I think it's going to get challenged. I think it's being challenged in court. I think you're just sitting tight. Does he have his work card? Well,
it expired in May. And his documents, like his ID and stuff, expire in February. So we're just we don't want to wait.
Hold on. That was his TPS work card?
No, it was his humanitarian parole work card.
But what I'm saying is you didn't get a work card for him based on his marriage to you.
No.
Yeah, so that was
we submitted. No, we submitted the application, but nothing. We haven't gotten answers for that either.
Okay. So that we could sue them on.
Okay.
In August, so that's 8. So in February we could sue them on that.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I think you're just caught up in a bunch of political bullshit is what it is.
Right. Okay. So wait till February and then we'll reach out to you, I guess.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Bye, Ashley. See ya.
Bye-bye.
All right. Looks like Camilla's been trying to fix her audio. Camilla, you there? Maybe not. All right. CJ, hello.
Hey, Jim. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah, same to you. What are you grateful for?
Life and good health and family. I think that's sort of all you can really ask for nowadays.
I think that's right. What can I help you with?
So I don't know if my case is complicated. I feel like it might be.
Okay.
I'm active duty military. Unlike the last caller, from yesterday, I'm in the Air Force, so I have it better over here.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But long story short, I met my girlfriend about a year ago, and we're planning on getting married here very shortly. However, she is waiting on her master calendar hearing for her asylum claim. And so it is my understanding that once we get married, we would file an I-130. I think that's pretty standard with USCIS. But then we have that asylum claim in the court case hanging over our heads. And I was wondering what the logistics are with that. I don't know if you need me to elaborate more.
I got it. So I would say on the complexity level, 1 to 10, I would say this is a 7.5.
Okay.
And it might be a little higher. What country is she from?
She's from Colombia.
And how did she enter?
She entered through the border in Texas. And so she was detained, given a notice to appear, and was allowed to proceed in the United States.
When did she enter?
in 2022.
And why did she come across the border?
It was for economic purposes. Yeah.
Like to get a job?
Yeah, to work, a better life. You know, I'm sure you've heard that story plenty of times.
Did you know her then?
I did not know.
Was she stopped at the border and immediately, like, was she detained for a while?
She told me that she was detained for about a week, and then she was put on ADT, and then has like pretty regular check-ins with USCIS here in St. Louis.
Okay, and then so she must have passed credible fear and has a pending asylum case. And when is that? How many times has she had master calendar hearings?
This will be her first one.
Oh, really?
Up. Yeah, since September. It's September of 2026.
Okay, and how long have you two been together?
We've been together since January.
Okay, and so you plan to get married when?
We're looking in January.
Okay, so you understand that she does not have a valid entry and she wasn't inspected when she came in for purposes of adjustment. So her case is different than people who came with a visa. Do you know about that?
From the research I've done, that sounds about right. I'm not surprised by that.
Okay, and then you know that because you're in the military, there's a program called military parole in place, right?
Yes. However, you might be able to correct me. I think she's not eligible for that, given the fact that she's in removal proceedings. Is that true?
Well, yeah, but we can deal with all that. I'm just laying things out there. Yeah.
Oh, understood.
So, okay, her asylum case, does she have a lawyer for the asylum immigration court part?
No.
Has she submitted like a comprehensive asylum application and package?
Yes, and I currently don't have that copy in front of me, but she has, yes.
And did she prepare that herself? Who prepared it?
I forgot what the term was, but she had some help from someone that a lot of immigrants use just to help file paperwork, essentially, but they're not a lawyer.
That's what we call fake lawyers or notarians.
Yeah, and they, I don't know why people take any of their advice because it's terrible.
Well, that's why I asked, and that's what has me worried. The $1 million question, my brother, is, and you might want to have her check, is there anything in there that was embellished or exaggerated or simply not true? That's the big thing now.
To answer that, I would say I am not a lawyer. However, I do not find that to be a strong case at all.
Okay. Well, this is probably something, especially if you're in St. Louis, if you're conceptually thinking about hiring us, we should probably talk about this off camera more than on camera.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. But logistically, here's what needs to happen. So you get married, you file the I-130 petition, we deal with immigration court in September, we vet that asylum case and make sure, filing a low chance of success asylum case is different than filing a bullshit asylum case. So we want to draw that distinction. And then we get USCIS to approve the I-130, and we probably get a court date in 2 or 3 years for the asylum case. When was her last check-in?
Her last check-in with USCIS, that was last week.
Well, it's with ICE, right?
Oh, her last check-in with ICE, because I think they use another organization for check-ins and case management. However, last check-in with ICE was about a month and a half ago.
Okay, because some people are getting taken into custody at those.
Yeah, hers seemed, from what she told me, it sounded pretty low threat. They just went over paperwork, make sure she lived at the same address, and sent her on her way.
But like last month, they changed things up and they said if anybody entered without inspection, they're going to hold them in detention as a hammer to try to get them to leave. So
understood.
I don't know. Number one, I think you might want to hire us or somebody else sooner rather than later. Number two, you might want to get married sooner rather than later. Number three, you're going to have to prove your marriage is real by a higher standard because she's in removal. In other words, they're automatically suspicious. So you have to prove that the marriage is real by clear and convincing evidence, not just by like regular evidence.
Understood. And I think we could make an argument for that. I'm not going to say like the other callers that it's 10 out of 10 evidence, but I would consider it
It's
strong.
11.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I guess logistically there, she has her master calendar hearing in September. However, the military will be moving me and she will be on my orders about a month and a half before that. I was wondering how that would work.
Motion for change of venue. That might not be the worst thing of all, because that might give us a chance to get the I-130 approved and do some other stuff. So I would wait towards the end, and when you move, then I would submit all. I mean, if I'm your lawyer, I would submit all that with the court and say, look, this dude's in the Air Force. This dude got reassigned to Amarillo, Texas. We need to send this case over there.
Okay, understood. And then I was reading that it's possible that for your master calendar hearing, when you're in court, if you have a approved I-130, you can actually move to just terminate those proceedings. How have those been looking recently? I'm assuming they've cracked down on that.
No, they're still granting them.
Okay, so that's probably the best move then, or the best thing to try.
I would agree.
Understood. And it sounds like we really need an attorney.
Yeah, lady, we'll reach out, CJ. We'll reach out today before we leave for the holiday, okay?
Understood. Thank you so much.
Thanks again for your service. Oh, we watched Good Morning Vietnam last night, and Robin Williams was in the Air Force, and all the Army guys were giving him trouble, so that was funny.
Oh, yes. Yes.
See you, bud.
Also, I will say that this show reminds me a lot of Handle on the Law. We used to live in Chicago. My dad would listen to that on the radio every morning. I don't know if you remember that show.
No, but that's where I got the idea from call-in shows from when I was a kid, for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And thanks for all the work you do.
Bye, CJ. See ya. All right, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. That'll do it for today's show. As I mentioned, I got to end it a little bit early. I hope you guys all have a great Thanksgiving holiday. For those who celebrate, Nurse Laura will be working, so we'll give her a shout out now. Big ups to all the Yardies. Craig. Oh, I still don't have that stuff from Ryan. We'll be back on Friday. She was here yesterday. Yes, she was. Everybody have a great night, a great day. Lady, thanks for your help, and we'll see you guys Friday. Peace. I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of disease.